We assess that between early to mid-October, North Korea moved at least 3,000 soldiers into eastern Russia. We assess that these soldiers traveled by ship from the Wonsan area in North Korea to Vladivostok, Russia.
On Wednesday, the U.S. announced that 3,000 North Korean troops had been sent to Russia and were training at multiple locations. The United States described the move as extremely dangerous and warned that if those personnel engage in fighting in Ukraine, they will be fair game. As Moscow looks for troops and weapons to gain headway in a war that has stalled after more than 2 years, the deployment signals deeper military links between the two countries and increases the possibility that North Koreans would join Russian forces in Ukraine. After the North had given Russia weapons, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin referred to it as a next step and warned that Pyongyang would suffer repercussions for actively supporting Russia.
If they're co-belligerents, their intention is to participate in this war on Russia's behalf, that is a very, very serious issue, and it will have impacts not only in Europe, it will also impact things in the Indo-Pacific as well. We've seen South Korea, or the Republic of Korea, be very focused on this issue as well. So still a lot of answers, a lot of things to be answered, Eric, and our analysts will continue to work this, and we'll have more for you as we get more fidelity here.
His remarks marked the first time the United States publicly acknowledged that North Korea was deploying troops to Russia. Pyongyang and Moscow disputed this development, but South Korean officials revealed it. After that, Kirby stated, these soldiers proceeded to several Russian military training facilities in eastern Russia, where they are presently receiving training.
We assess that these soldiers traveled by ship from the Wonsan area in North Korea to Vladivostok, Russia. These soldiers then traveled onward to multiple Russian military training sites in eastern Russia, where they are currently undergoing training. We do not yet know whether these soldiers will enter into combat alongside the Russian military, but this is certainly a highly concerning probability. After completing training, these soldiers could travel to Western Russia and then engage in combat against the Ukrainian military.
Kirby added,
Again, I don't want to get ahead of where we are right now and hypothesize what these troops may or may not be doing, and if the Russians are going to deploy them, where they're going to deploy them, whether it'll be inside Russia or inside Ukraine. Let me just please go back to what I said before. If these North Korean troops are employed against Ukraine, they will become legitimate military targets.
Austin and Kirby both stated,
we have briefed the Ukrainian government on our understanding of this situation, and we're certainly consulting closely with other allies, partners, and countries in the region on the implications of such a dramatic move and on how we might respond. I expect to have more to share on all of that in the coming days. For the time being, we will continue to monitor this situation closely.
Austin told reporters in Rome that it was left to be seen exactly what the North Korean personnel were doing in Russia. In the last 2 years, Russia and North Korea have significantly increased their collaboration, and in June, they inked a significant defense agreement that calls for both nations to employ all available measures to provide quick military aid in the event that either is attacked. Officials in South Korea are concerned that Russia would reward North Korea by providing it with advanced weaponry that could strengthen its missile and nuclear programs that are aimed at South Korea. South Korea said Tuesday it would consider supplying weapons to Ukraine in response to the reported troop dispatch.